The following is a production of the Dallas Genealogical Society. For more information, please visit our website at www.dallasgenealogy.org.
Good morning. Welcome to the March 7th, 2020 Dallas Genealogical Society's General Meeting. I'm Susan Younger, President of the Dallas Genealogical Society, and on behalf of the DGS Board, we welcome all of our members and our visitors. And we welcome those that are joining us virtually via the Zoom conferencing service. I invite you to attend our two remaining meetings for the rest of the year. We meet the first Saturday, September through May. All right. Gloria Goodwin, Director of Membership, reports that there are 33 members and 3 visitors present today, and that does give us a quorum that's present. Anyway, the minutes from the September General Meeting are available on the website. And may I have a motion to accept the minutes? Okay. And the second? Okay. Are there any comments, corrections to the minutes? Okay, the minutes, we need to vote. Those in favor, say aye. Any opposed? All right, the motion is carried and the minutes are approved. The treasurer's report shows total deposits of $1,991, total expenses of $4,054. Cash in bank is $29,153 and savings of $97,097. Are there any questions about the treasurer's report? Okay. All right, we have some business that we really need to attend to before we have some other announcements. The DGS board sent an email to all members on February 16th notifying you of some changes to the bylaws and standing rules. The proposed changes were thoroughly reviewed by both the 2018-2019 board and the 2019-2020 board. The board last revised the bylaws 4 years ago in 2016 and last revised the standing rules 10 years ago in 2010. So most of the changes are housekeeping updates. The most significant change is in the terms of the elected officers of DGS. Currently, we elect the president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer to 1-year terms with a limit of 2 terms. What we're proposing is to allow a limit of 3 terms, allow 1 more year for these people who volunteer in these officers. This does not mean that a volunteer has to serve 3 years, but it allows the flexibility when we do get a volunteer willing to serve an extra year. I did get some editorial changes by Jay earlier, and we will go in and change a couple of typos that we found. What I'm going to do is ask for a motion to accept the changes, and then a second, and then we can have a discussion if anyone has any questions about the proposed change. So Jean Larson moves. Is there a second? Carolyn. All right, so now's a chance for anyone with questions about the changes to speak up. Is there no questions? All right, Then we will vote on the proposed changes. All those in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. And with the noted corrections, the motion passes and the bylaws and standing rules will be updated. Thank you. Uh, if you had read the different, there was some really old stuff in there. The 10 years on the standing rules is kind of past time. All right, we do have one other item we need to vote on. It's required by the bylaws that if we want to change membership categories, we have to bring it to a vote of the membership. We looked at the household category. It's not being used very much, and we looked at other societies that don't offer it. And so we are proposing to do away with the household category of the membership. So I need again a motion. Carolyn. Oh, okay. Well, let me get the motion and then we'll open it to questions. So we need a motion. Barbara Ware, second. Anne. All right. Now I'll open it to questions. Yes. It will simplify NEON, but all right, but we're not doing it to make it easier for the board necessarily. We're just trying to streamline things, and it does not, we're not having much use of the household membership. But as far as the administrative system, it will streamline the administrative system. Pat. That's what it means. It becomes, there's the three categories will be an individual member, life member under 65, life member over 65. And it's to a vote for you. You don't have to vote for it. Okay. Okay, Barbara just made a statement that the biggest change here for those that do have a household membership, if they're coming to a paid event, if there's only one member, only one would get the discount for the event. Okay, so the difference in the cost of between individual and household membership is $5. It's $35 for individual, $40 for household. It saves $30 for a couple. Yes, Bernard. Okay, the question is, would we agree to grandfather the existing household memberships and just no longer take any new ones? And we had not thought of that, but we will certainly take it up to the board, and we could bring this back for a vote at the April meeting. So would that? Hold on. Jim is going to come up to the microphone.
As if y'all all couldn't hear me anyway. I went back to the past 2 or 3 seminars and looked at the number of people that had attended the seminars that were associate members, which is what we call the other part of the household membership. And there were very few people attend, like 3 to 5 for each seminar out of 100. That's why we say it's just not being used much, because as most of you know, you don't have to be a member of DGS to take advantage of most of what we offer. So.
Okay. Okay, we have a comment that for longtime members that may be on a fixed income now, this would be a hardship. Yes. It's What caused us to review this was we were looking at all of the standing rules, all the bylaws, and we were just going through everything to see where we could do some streamlining and updating. And so that's what caused it. Carolyn? So the question is, or recommendation is to table it until the board can review the option of grandfathering in the existing household members. Tony?
Yeah, you know, when this rule was, or when this membership was put into place at the time, as a society, we had a lot of things we're no longer doing. So we did quarterly journals, and it made sense to have one household address, so we weren't sending two journals and things like that. Over the years, we have modified our society, so really we're not doing things like that anymore. And that was part of the reasoning behind the logic for saying that we were proposing this change. About the only thing that does affect is if you have household members coming to seminars.
But I will agree that we will take this, the board will consider the grandfathering issue, and we will reissue the, oh, I'm sorry. You need, Carolyn, you're the one that recommended. The grandfather. Okay. All right. All right. So moved. All right. So the issue is we have a motion now to table the vote until April, and so that the DGS board can consider grandfathering in the existing household members. Next month, we'll remove that and vote. I had another hand. Okay, Ann seconds motion. All right, so we are not voting on that this month. We will. Thank you for your comments. We do appreciate that. And if anyone else has a comment in the meantime, between now and April, please send an email to me or call and leave a message. So our emails are on the website. Okay. On in September 2019, I shared with you some of the goals that the DGS board had for this year. And one of them was to fund access to 2 genealogical subscription websites. And we identified HistoryGeo and newspaperarchives.com as 2 subscription sites that we thought were very useful to genealogists. Last month, we went live with HistoryGeo, and at the end of February, we went live with newspaper.archives. Those databases are now available free of charge here on the computers on the 8th floor genealogy section. And we're real proud of these 2. One of the things with the newspaper.archives is because Todd DeDecker works for Microsoft, and through a matching program, we've gotten some very nice donations. So we do appreciate Todd's part in this, and Microsoft as well. So, yes. We moved to table. Oh, so we need to vote on. All right, I'm sorry. We need to vote to table the vote on the membership. So all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Please. All right, thank you. All right, so. Oh, we've got a virtual aye as well. Good. It's probably Susan. All right, so again, HistoryGeo newspaper archives now available on the computers, 8th floor genealogy. We have formed a new special interest group. This was another goal of the board, is to do some more outreach for our programs into the community. And with the diligent work of Patty Smith, we have got a group of genealogy enthusiasts in Capel that are now a SIG of the Dallas Genealogical Society. And hopefully we'll be able to work them into joining our meetings virtually if they can't get to downtown Dallas. So welcome the new Capel Genealogy Interest Group. This group meets the third Tuesday of the month at the Cosby Library and Community Commons, 177 North Hertz Road in Capel. And Patty is the leader of the group. And just to let you know, there are 6 other SIG meetings this month. And if you go out on our webpage, there is additional information about each meeting. Okay, Tony Hansen, our webmaster, recently reorganized the DGS website's events pages, and they are now into 4 different categories. One is the general meetings, DGS seminars, and DGS special interest groups. But what we added is events for other organizations, and this includes national and regional events and local societies that are within a certain range of Dallas County. We know that there's a lot of excellent genealogical education out there within a reasonable driving distance, and we hope our members will make use of this new feature. You go to the events tab on our website and go under go under events, and there's a list of the meetings, seminars, and SIGs, and then other organizations. If you are a member of another organization that would like to have your event listed on our events calendar, look under list your event. Basically, you're going to send that information to webmaster@dallasgenealogy.org, and we will list it on our calendar where all of our members can see what's going on out there. And there is a long list of things if you go out there, including, I noticed, the Family Tree webinar in MyHeritage is having a 24-hour marathon where for 24 hours you can not eat, sleep, whatever, but there is actually a 24-hour marathon out there. I think it's March 13th and 14th, so 12th and 13th, okay. Anyway, go to our events webpage under other organizations, and you will find details about that. So thanks to Tony, and again, if you have an organization you want an event listed, go to list your event. There's detailed information about there, or send that information to webmaster@dallasgenealogy.org. All right, before we get on here, I'm going to give a little teaser here. In April, the DGS board will announce a special community indexing project that involves the Oakland Cemetery records. We had a meeting with Family Search indexing staff at Roots Tech. It was Barbara Ware and I and Tony by phone. And we are, I mean, this project is kind of moving at warp speed thanks to the Blairs, not the Blair, yeah. The Beans for, the Blairs we met we saw them. Thanks to the Beans for connecting us up with the right person who got us the right people at the meeting. This is going to happen, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and it will be a joint project between the DGS cemetery database with Oakland and the actual digitized images of the Oakland records that are now out on Family Search. So we are real excited about that. Tony's been working, trying to, change the database to allow an indexing portal and set up some training videos. And we just have a few more things to work out, and we will announce that in April. All right. Jim, did you want to come and talk about the seminars?
Thank you, ma'am. So April 18th, we are having a seminar. We're having Tony Burrows, who's a leading speaker on African-American research. And he's going to be speaking not only on African-American research, but also on genealogy techniques in general and how to break through some of those brick walls you might have in that time period as far as Friedman's research and just reconstructing some lost records. So it'll be a great seminar for everybody to attend. We're really looking forward to it. We do have volunteer opportunities as usual. Like we've said many times before, that we cannot put these seminars on without our volunteers. They're very important to us. So if you would like to volunteer, that would be great. If you volunteer to help, you're not going to miss any part of the seminar. Very rarely, because almost all of our volunteers are able to leave their posts and come back to the auditorium before the seminar actually starts. Oops, wrong way. We also have a seminar in our summer DNA seminar. Is going to be July 25th. Actually, it's going to be July 24th and 25th. July 24th is on a Friday, and that afternoon we will be having a workshop with Blaine Bettinger on genetic networking. And don't even ask me to explain what that is, because I have no idea. But it's a very advanced genetic technique you can use with your DNA results to help you find your ancestors. And it will be limited to 30 to 40 people, so make sure and sign up for that. And we'll be getting that event up right after the Tony Burrows seminar. And then on the 25th, we're having 3 different sessions going on at the same time. It's going to be kind of an intermediate, beginning, and advanced. And you'll be able to choose whichever one you want to go to. So we're really looking forward to that. This is the first time we've done this, but I think it's going to go over really well, because we're trying to meet the needs of from anywhere from people who have never done DNA before and want to know how to get started, all the way up to the most advanced level. So we're really looking forward to that. So that's going to be a good one as well. And then in the fall, David Lambert is coming. For those of you who are not familiar with David, he is the chief genealogist for the New England Historical Genealogical Society. Did I get that right? Okay. There you go. He's the chief genealogist for American Ancestors. Really nice guy. I had the opportunity to meet him last fall. So I'm looking forward to that. And he reminded me, and I didn't know this, but he will be here just in time for the 400th anniversary of the landing of the Mayflower. And a lot of what he'll be talking about is finding those ancestors that came over in that early colonial period. So that's going to be a great one as well. We have a board vacancy, and let me get around here where I can read this. It's just for the publication content. So Susan is getting tired of doing double duty, which I don't blame her, because president in itself is a lot of work. So if you have any background with education or like to read, volunteer for that for us. I mean, it would help us out a lot and help us get those things together. And you can see a little description there about what all that entails. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to have Jean come up and introduce our speaker, but in case you didn't notice, we are not in the auditorium this month. We are on the 8th floor, right in the middle of everything genealogical, and we've got a speaker that's going to go right along with our setting. So Jean, do you want to come introduce Stephanie Bennett?
Before I introduce Stephanie, I wanted to let you know next month Stephanie is going to tell us all about the 8th floor. Next month, Christine Charborough is going to tell us about the 7th floor. So we know all of these wonderful resources we have here in the Dallas Library.
This has been a presentation of the Dallas Genealogical Society. If you're already a member, thank you. Your membership dues are supporting this and other society activities. If you're not yet a member, I hope you consider joining. You can become a member for as little as $35 a year, and you can join by going to our website, dallasgenealogy.org, and clicking on the membership tab.